know it's cold when I have to heat my magnets up on the defroster so they actually stick to the truck. Anyways, guys, welcome back. It's another day of car hauling, apparently. Back at the same auction, back at Harrisburg. We've got the mega cab. Like I said, I was heating up the magnets because the one corner was coming up and I didn't want to lose them because they're pretty much brand new. So we're gonna let the truck warm up and heat those up and stick them on. But we've got just one truck here to get. Got our jump pack. Already got the keys for it. Picked them up yesterday while we were here. So let's see if it'll start. And sometimes these diesel trucks are hit and miss here. It's just hard to tell how long they've been sitting here or wherever they came from, or if the reason they're here is because they have issues. You know how auctions are. Cars are hit and miss. I was just talking to my customer that I moved like 17 cars for. He was just talking about how hit and miss. There's Liberator bringing in some equipment for this auction. Anyways, he was just talking about how hit and miss cars have been lately. Got some really good deals and really bad deals. But that's why he's been buying all those repos to use parts and everything to fix vehicles he already has. Why does every truck I pick up here smell like weed? Ooh. Started though. It sounded like the starter was hanging up. Let's grab our jump box. There's Liberator there with some equipment. They were a diesel shop for years, and I don't know if they still work on stuff or not. Mostly all the stuff I see is them hauling. Got a bunch of low boys and a couple Landau's. And let's get this work truck out of here. And this thing's got bald tires too. Let's see if it'll. There it goes. Noticed the tires were so bald when I walked up. Let's see if we can get out of here. Get this thing up on the trailer. Come on. Kick out of four-wheel drive. There they are. Get around him here, hopefully. Nothing like winter to really mess up a schedule. So we're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches or so tonight, and customers hesitant on shipping product if it gets covered in salt. Which sucks because in the end, they're made out of aluminum. So they don't rust, but I guess what happens is the brine and the salt etches fresh aluminum, like after it's milled and freshly welded or whatever the heck they do. So they're hesitant to ship this stuff, which screws up scheduling. But it is what it is, I guess. And they're a great customer, and I got to keep them happy. And the last thing I want to do is run their product and it end up getting damaged or whatever. And the option, we've talked about this in the past, would be for them to, find somebody with a curtain side or like a Conestoga, but the product's so small, it's, finding somebody to ship a product like LTL like that's so small like we do, at a decent rate. Oh well, it is what it is. I got cars to run, and those loads will be there next week. And the bad part about it is that then they pile up, and then you get like 2-3 days of clear. It's like rush. Well, there's other customers to take care of too. It just turns into a bit of a scheduling nightmare. See anything in there? Cookies? Alright, so the single cab needs serviced, which it's a nice night. it's not all that cold out, so I think we're gonna go ahead and do an oil change. Rotate, oil change, rotate. That's what I get. That's what I get from working at that dealer all the time. Oil change, rotate, oil change, fuel filters, and yeah. So I started buying oil in 5-gallon jugs. So I'll show you what I did to make things a little easier on me for A, storage, B, waste oil removal, and to be able to measure out and get it in the truck. So I'll hop over there. I think we'll start with the fuel filters real quick before it gets dark, and just try to get this done before it's completely dark out here. So I picked up one of these jugs as to where they store like race fuel and stuff in. That's what I've been pouring my my oil into, to pour it in the truck, and then using the empty container for waste oil. Now when I get a full-time shop again, I will have a these fuel filters are fun. I will have a I'll probably get like 55-gallon drums of oil. That way, just bite the bullet. I guess I never realized how much oil I go through, especially running 2 trucks now. How quickly you just eat up an oil change within just a couple weeks. Well, a little bit of a different view this morning. We are headed in to get our DOT physical. It's due. Might as well get it done while we have the time. So I passed my DOT physical today, shocker. I was in and out of there in about an hour and a half, because they were doing, obviously, like random drug tests and issued drug tests, because it's an occupational health place, and they only have one restroom, which is a pain in the butt. Because some people didn't have to, use the restroom, so it's taking forever. But got in and out, got another 2-year extension on that. Make sure you guys are checking your med card, because what happens when you get one, you forget about it. I was at breakfast with a couple of friends 2 weeks or so ago, and we were talking about it. And I said, oh, crap, I should probably check mine, and I did, and mine was about a week from expiring. So that's just, if you're out on the road and you're caught with an expired DOT med card, that's an automatic out of service. And the worst part about that is then being able to know, if you're out on the road, finding a place where you can, go get a med card. And if it's maybe a Saturday or Sunday, the chance of getting a med card is pretty tough. So we're actually sitting here now. I've got some paperwork to do and a few things to figure out. Since those loads didn't go that we were talking about earlier in the video, the loads didn't end up going. So we'll see what happens. And it's Friday at 4:30, and we're done for the day. Well, for you guys that don't know, we also move horses. Loading up this morning. It's 5 or so degrees out. It's pretty brutal, but got the trailer cleaned out, ready to go pick up a horse here and ship it down to Southern Virginia. Dealing with horse people is nice. I don't do it. I just do some of the driving, should I say. But it's nice to deal with people who have money. But sometimes the people that have money are the cheapest people out there. But you figure it out and make some money. It always amazes me, the people that think writing something or putting those stickers on the gas pump is going to make a difference. I don't get into politics. I really don't care. It doesn't change my day to day. Just got to roll with the punches. Fuel goes up, fuel goes down. It's just a part of the business. Well, it's been a pretty quiet weekend. The horse moved down to Southern Virginia today that we were moving. Just, thank God the ground froze over. Tore up the yard a little bit the other day. Just getting ready to I hear something. All right. Oh, it's a saw off in the distance. I was like, what the heck is that noise? We got a really bad coyote problem around here, so that's why I was wondering what that noise was. Anyways, tore up the yard a bunch, but we're gonna jack the trailer up here, grease, and check all the bearings on the gator. We've got to take this to Ohio, definitely, maybe Massachusetts. These single axle or, single wheel gators are known to go through equalizers. This one's had it done twice on it so far, and what happens is it wears out the tires funny. Now, somebody said that may have been what my problem was before on this trailer, but it had brand new equalizers. That tire that it's still on it has 80,000 miles, and it's starting to chop up. And the reason it was chopping up was actually from brakes being too tight. It was getting flat spotted from the brakes locking up. And what happens over time is the brakes, that spot just keeps getting worse and worse as you roll down the road. So that tire's almost done for anyways. Trying to fix my ruts in the yard. But on a night like this, ain't too shabby, but I'm ready for spring and summer. But that's about it for this one, guys. We'll see you on probably see you on Monday. Winding out the weekend with some maintenance. I try to get all my maintenance done on the weekends. Just kind of walk around things. You never know what you might find on a trailer or a truck, just as you're walking around, taking note of things. Got my lift axle trailer. Just take a look at everything. Everything's going to get run through the Blue Beacon or John Wayne truck wash this weekend. And that's it. See you guys next week.